everyone. Welcome back and welcome to See the Stories, our signature segment. So, Kai, I want to ask you, I know you're a very tough woman, but we've seen so many news about crime, and as women, I think we need to learn self-defense. Although I know that we should remain positive, we have to prepare for any situation, and I'm curious, do you think you can defend if someone attack you, like if you're going somewhere in the middle of the night or like quite late, somebody attacks you, a man very big. Do you think you can defend yourself?
Well, I think I'm lucky to have that rugby experience because I can tackle down any size, any time of the day. But I think it is very important though. I understand the importance of being positive and all, but at least pepper spray, we're gonna keep it in our bag.
Oh yeah,
if you're not physically confident that you can do it, you've never learned how to do it before, you still have to have some, some kind of preparation. I mean, tasers aren't really a thing here in Indonesia, right?
No.
But at least pepper spray. You can go to marketplaces and get that.
Pepper spray, and maybe if you want to try the physical one, you have to practice it, right?
I think everyone should,
Yeah,
especially in times like now. I know I wish I could say that it's a safe place for women, but unfortunately, I don't know.
Prepare for the worst.
It's a utopia dream.
Yeah.
But before diving in deeper into self-defense, let's check our colleague, Hans Lango. It smells like Earl Grey in the studio. What are you doing?
Yeah, smells nice.
So, yeah, ladies, before we get into that conversation with you, which you need to know, all the ladies currently watching, but also you have to know that actually you can make things that you buy at the mall at home. So today we are gonna make the boba. You're familiar with boba, right?
Of course.
So that boba, the tapioca pearl, whatsoever.
Yes.
So we are gonna make the boba or the tapioca pearl from scratch. So I'm just gonna give you a quick look at what are the ingredients. It's actually really easy. So you just need tapioca starch, water, brown sugar, and also some chocolate powder. Just that.
Ooh.
So, but in the meantime, you need, this is actually, it requires quite a labor. So what you need to do as a starter is you have to make the dough starter. Dough starter with 60 grams or 60 milliliter, that's actually the same, of water. And then 50 grams of brown sugar. So that is, and then you just have to boil it to the point that it is actually dissolved and also, some bubbling happening. In the meantime, you need to mix the tapioca starch, so 95 grams of tapioca starch and 5 grams of the chocolate powder. So you have to mix it. But if you want to make
it's brown because of the chocolate powder.
Yes, that is
cocoa powder.
Yeah, that's it. So if you want to make it a little bit darker or more to a black kind of thing, you can use the activated charcoal. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna boil the brown sugar and water, and also I'm gonna put 3 to 4 tablespoons of this mixture, only 3 to 4 tablespoons, into the mixture, and then you make a dough starter, and after that you can put the rest of the tapioca starch and also the chocolate powder. So in the meantime, back to you girls.
Ooh! Wow, looking great, Hans. I was wondering if you want to have it very, very dark and tasty as well. Can you put coffee in it?
Oh,
like
coffee
boba.
powder.
I don't know.
But you know what I love about this? You know what I love about the episode?
What is it?
We make the guy cook and we make the girls being really badass. I love that. I love that.
All right, so thank you, Hans, and looking forward for that boba, yummy bobas. Now, let's move back to the topic of self-defense. Today, we have a chance to talk with an actress and content creator who shares many tips about everyday self-defense for women. Let's just welcome her, Livi Ciananta. Welcome to See Today.
Hi, Livi. Hi. Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Great.
It's very nice to have you here.
Yeah. So we've seen the contents that you made on social media, and it's more about how women can actually defend when they get caught or get attacked by somebody, right? Somebody powerful, I don't know, but usually perhaps guys. Yeah. So what made you started that? Did you have any experience?
No, actually not. Why I start to share such self-defense content in my social media actually is it's from myself.
I think I'm a little bit late for learning self-defense itself. And I just realized it's actually really important, extremely for women, right? As we know nowadays, we easily found there are so many crimes are committed against mostly women.
Yeah.
You know, like bullies, sexual assault, and I don't even want to mention the rest. And it's really pathetic. And I mean, we would never imagine to experience such a thing, right? Those things is really the things that we never wish for, right?
Definitely.
So why I share such a self-defense content through my social media is to tell all the women around us to realize that we, as human, especially women, we have our rights to defend ourselves. We need to be confident to put some boundaries to the others. And then we need to put ourselves as our priorities about our feelings. I mean, in case if you feel like you uncomfortable in some place or in some situation or with someone, you should go to somewhere that you feel comfortable, or you should find someone else that you would feel comfortable with.
Something like an escape sort of scenario. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I like the way you mentioned that before the self-defense, it's very important to make a lot of women realize, a lot of people don't yet, a lot of women don't realize that they have the right to be safe.
Yeah.
That no matter how big or what kind of assault is, you have the right to be safe, and it is not your fault if something happens to you done by somebody that's a criminal offense. And a lot of people feel helpless about that. So I love that you mentioned that. But speaking of self-defense, did you learn martial arts before you started getting into self-defense instead of posting your self-defense?
Yes, exactly, of course. I start learn self-defense. The first thing that I do is start learn martial arts. Because the first martial art that I learned is boxing Muay Thai. And my personal trainer, he told me about the basic things of boxing Muay Thai, and he also told me, of course, how to defend myself from the opponent. You know, like the head movement, how do I do my footwork, and then the timing to dodge the attacks, and then the balance. Those things is the defense way. Those things is the way I defend myself from the opponent. So, long story short, I met more people that are really experienced in martial arts. And then they also told me about the self-defense, and I got more knowledge about self-defense. And big thanks to Omex. Omex he's the professor of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's also a professional trainer of mixed martial art. And he told me the basic about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he also led me to become his student as a white belt student. And also at the same time, he taught me some self-defense techniques. And that's why I share some self-defense content in collaboration with him through my social media.
So jiu-jitsu first and then self-defense.
But that helps, right? Because you have done the jiu-jitsu, but not all women do that. So do you think for women who never learned to do jiu-jitsu and not trained in terms of boxing or Muay Thai, do you think it's too late for them to start? And how late would it be? I mean, do you have any suggestion if somebody wants to start, when is the best time for them to start?
Well, actually, even though I said that I'm a little bit late, in fact that I'm not.
So it's never late?
It's never late to start learning martial arts. I mean, if you hear the word, so start it today. I mean, whenever, wherever, you can start it everywhere, every time. Because, okay, let's say you have no motivation to start it. So we have to remember we were born with the ability that we have to awaken. I mean, we are as human, like what I said before, we need to realize that we have rights to defend ourselves. We have to be confident to ignore every act that we think that it's not good for ourselves. So there's things that you can use as the motivation to start learning self-defense. itself.
So there's always a question between whether self-defense is actually a branch of its own that is not mutually exclusive to martial arts. If you get what I mean, because martial arts happens in the ring. It's a completely different situation where we both know we both are martial artists. It's a sport, right? But it doesn't actually apply to real life scenarios of self-defense. So are there like specific self-defense classes and self-defense techniques outside of martial arts?
Well, of course there is, because I'm just a beginner actually in this fighting scene. You know, like martial arts or self-defense. I'm just a newbie. So as long as I knew, there must be a specific class for self-defense, and martial arts itself, it's also talking about self-defense. But you know, like what you said before, it's just different place to do the self-defense. You know, in the ring and outside the ring, that's a different thing. But in fact, whenever you go to the camp or whenever you go to the professional trainer, they would always tell you about the self-defense itself.
Okay. So in your contents, do you put like scenarios or cases where things happen to women in terms of assault or attack? And what techniques do you usually put? Do you have like different techniques every time, or how is it?
Well, every time I make my content, I actually always accompanied by my team. It's All-Star Team Indonesia. They are filled with more people who really competent on martial arts, and they actually the man behind the idea of the self-defense techniques that I always share through my social media. So I trust them. I trust them. It's a simple way to escape, but this is the thing that we have to underline is every techniques that I share, you cannot do that instantly. You need to train, and also you need to be trained with someone rights. I mean, rights trainer, because you have something to build in yourself. I mean, you need to be brave, you need to believe in yourself, and then you need to believe that you are mentally strong to do that.
Have there ever been like any women that came to you and shared her story perhaps, that she has ever been attacked or anything like that?
Well, not yet. So far, not yet.
They should.
But have you heard of, have you had perhaps any comments where your content was useful to lots of women who perhaps follow you as well?
And definitely this is supported by men as well, right?
Yes.
And men, what would men say when they saw your contents, for example?
Well, this is the
What
funny
should men say anyway?
This is the funny thing, actually. There is a lot of pros and cons in my content. And I'm sorry to say this, but most comment came from men. Most of them doesn't believe that women can do such a thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, let me try tackling you. You stand here, I can tackle any size. No, seriously. It's such a male thing to do.
I mean, what can male do? They can make bobas.
What is making boba right now? I mean, that's what we do. Just because men can make boba and box doesn't mean women
that we
can't
can
make boba
exactly.
and
self-defense.
Tackle and self-defense.
Yeah. Okay, but do you need tools when you try to learn self-defense?
Well, if you're talking about tools, actually we were born with tools that we always carry everywhere. I mean,
our body.
Exactly. We, as long as I knew, we have two tools that we always carry. First is verbal tools. What is verbal tools? This is when we could say by word to ignore every action that came to us without our permission. Maybe when someone suddenly grab our hand or someone suddenly hug us, there's something without consent, right? And then we need to talk to them like, sorry, I don't like those things that you did to me.
I don't think I would say that. I would say, get lost or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay.
It's better like that. But if that doesn't work, so this is the time that you have to use your physical tools. I mean, use everything in your body, like your hands, your
elbows,
elbow, and everything,
legs,
as your weapon. So you can attack them,
Right.
because he or she can tell by words. Then why? What are we waiting for?
Yeah, they need to be lessoned by physical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry for saying that.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is we always know every man has a very weak spot. And I think...
Oh, thank you for noting that, Kai.
Women actually are less exposed than men, if you want to know.
Yeah.
These See the Stories will continue after the break. Of course, we're going to continue learning from Livi Ciananta. Don't go anywhere. And Hans is continue making bobas, so...
I'm feeling so
smell
bubbly
Earl Grey
now.
tea.
Looking forward, Hans. Okay, so welcome back.
No.
Again later.
No, later. See you.